Sorry I'm a little winded. I am. The ship's really big. Really big. Oh, man.
I got to the airport as usual, but I booked my flight a little later in the day because I wanted to make sure that if I had issues with my telemed COVID test that I could get a last minute COVID test on my way to the airport. It ended up not being an issue, so I actually was able to sleep in for once, and I got to the airport about 10:30 in the morning. Everything was good with my flight, and of course I recently qualified for A-List, so boarding my Southwest plane to Austin was relatively painless. As I've mentioned before, I really like Austin, the airport. It's very clean and new and well designed, and they have a lot of food and drink options there, which I took full advantage of because I did have a little bit of a layover, and I of course took a plane selfie, and then I arrived in Orlando, which is an airport I'm pretty familiar with. This airport's way better set up than Miami in my opinion, so figuring out where I needed to go was relatively simple. They also had it decked out for Christmas, which was really nice, and everything I needed for the shuttle and everything was in the GoPort confirmation email I received when I booked, and I got to my hotel just in time to have a drink before going to bed.
Well, hi friends. I'm back from breakfast. This was actually one of the better breakfasts I've had at a hotel recently, so that was good. I didn't really like the rubbery eggs, but I don't think anybody does. But Hampton, I stayed in Hampton last week in Arizona, and they have these little like cut up sausages, which are so much better than what they normally have at places like this. Although I did miss having bacon, but you know, that's okay. I'm full. I'm ready to go. I have about an hour till the shuttle leaves. I'm gonna go out there probably 30 minutes prior because I need to attach my luggage tags and get all that stuff situated. And I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of people for the shuttle. At breakfast right now, I overheard several conversations about, you know, cruises happening today, or, you know, whatever. I'm assuming that's why some of these people are here. But, so we'll see how that goes. I don't know if any of them are going to be on the Meraviglia, but, you know, I'm pretty sure there's at least a Royal Caribbean cruise going out today, and probably Carnival. I'm not sure what Port Canaveral, you know, the port and everything looks like, but I'm sure there's at least room for 3 or 4 ships anyhow. But we'll see how it goes, and we'll talk soon. Oh, and then one thing I wanted to mention, you probably already know because it's like in the title, or I've had, you know, introductory videos or whatever at this point, I'm letting you know, but this is my first ever solo cruise, and also my first ever time out of Port Canaveral, so I'm having to be an adult today. You know, I can't share the responsibility with a partner, which is a little bit stressful. And one thing, those of you who cruise a lot, which I assume some of you do since you watch my videos, do you ever get like to a point where you're not stressed about embarkation and like the process and all that stuff ever? I mean, I know things are a little different right now because you need like COVID tests and vaccine cards and all that extra stuff. But I still feel like I'd be pretty stressed, you know, where's my passport? Did I forget my paperwork? You know, what if, you know, what if my backpack explodes on the way to the airport? I don't know. I'm sorry. That sounds like I carry a bomb around with me, which I don't. Anyway, do you ever reach a point where you're not stressed anymore? That's the question. That's the bullet point here. Let me know. We'll talk soon.
Sometimes we see dolphins swimming here, so they come up, they arch their backs and go back down. So it's a pretty quick viewing. You just have to keep looking into the water. And sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't.
Getting on the shuttle was pretty painless. The bus driver just kind of confirmed that we had booked and paid with them and then let us all on. For the ride over there, we were on a charter bus, so all of our luggage went underneath. I was a little bit worried that I would be getting to the port too early because my embarkation time was between 12 and 12:30. But the bus driver explained to us that when it came to using the GoPort shuttle service, the only cruise line that really cared about showing up at a certain time slot was Disney. I guess he'd had some issues recently with people getting dropped off too early and Disney being upset about it. But considering it's Disney, I'm not surprised that they're very particular about about their procedures. The ride over there is actually kind of long. You land in Orlando, but then you have to go over to Port Canaveral, which is about 45 minutes to an hour away, depending on traffic. And it took us about 50 minutes to get there. Our bus driver was great. He gave us all kinds of fun facts about the places we were driving by and whatever. And before long, we were crossing the bridge to get over to where the terminals were, and we could see all of the ships that were docked there, including the Meraviglia, one of the Royal Caribbean Oasis class ships, and the Disney Fantasy. I'd never actually seen a Disney ship up close, and they're very, very pretty, and they do stand out in the pack. Going on a Disney cruise is on my list for the future, but they're just so darn expensive that I can't justify the cost at the time being. But who knows, maybe if enough of you guys watch my videos and like, comment, share, subscribe, I'm sure you guys get tired of hearing that every video, but anyway, it really does help. Then maybe I'll get on a Disney cruise in the near future. Hello friends, I'm walking up the gangway. I made it through all of the checks, and I'm definitely excited to be boarding the Meraviglia again. There she is in all her glory. What a beautiful ship. Getting through the embarkation process and taking those first few steps onto a ship are always a cool feeling. Even though embarkation did take a little bit longer this time than the last time I was on the Meraviglia, I actually got on pretty early. It was about 11:45 and I knew that the rooms were not ready at that point, so I made my way up to the pool deck to have a drink. I actually included the beverage package and Wi-Fi in my cruise fare. MSC has this all-in drinks and Wi-Fi ticket you can get, and if you ever see that option and you're thinking about getting a drink package, I highly suggest you do that option because it comes out to way cheaper than paying the daily rate for the drink package. And of course, the bartenders were very quick to approach me about getting a drink, which is one thing I really love about cruising. They always seem to make sure you're getting your money's worth. After a couple of drinks, I decided I was hungry, and I made my way over to the outdoor pizza buffet that MSC has on the pool deck. They really do make good Italian pizza, and I was surprised to see that they actually had pepperoni on the buffet. On my last Meraviglia cruise, the only way to get pepperoni was to order it through room service, so I could already see that some of the experiences had been upgraded since I was on the Meraviglia 2 months ago. And I of course made sure to get some footage of Port Canaveral from the Lido deck. It's a very nice looking port.
Well, hello, friends. I'm finally in my room. They haven't made the announcement that the rooms are ready yet, but we were told 1 and it's 12:30 now, so I figured chances are it's pretty close to being done. And sure enough, I came down here and Mikey opened the door and all that stuff. Let's see. Let's talk about... Geez, I need to get some better lighting. Sorry, I'm a little winded. The ship's really big. Really big. Oh man, if you watched my original MSC Meraviglia vlog series, I was always winded. But anyway, so let's talk a little bit about embarkation. So the last time I was on the Meraviglia, there was only like 700 passengers, and so embarkation was quite quick. Here, let me try to prop this up, see if I can get... All right. See, I'm afraid you won't be able to hear me. Never sit or play on side rails or allow children to sit on them. Also, sorry for the TV background. I haven't quite figured out how to mute that, but anyway. So, the embarkation process was quite a bit longer this time. Took me almost an hour to get through, which is totally fine. Definitely a lot more stations and checkpoints and things this time than there were last time. One thing that was kind of weird is they couldn't find my key at first. For those of you who've never sailed on MSC before, they actually give you your key card at embarkation. Some cruise lines, companies, people will leave them on the little hook outside your door, but not MSC. But they couldn't find my key, and then when they finally found it, it was I guess in the wrong slot, and that kind of delayed me a little bit. But then the weird thing was there was another key with mine, I guess, that had the same room number on it. So hopefully I don't end up with a roommate today. But anyway, yeah, so she was kind of like, "Are you here with someone else?" And I was like, no. Are they cute? No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so we'll see how that goes. I mean, it was fine. She was just like, oh, okay. And then she gave me my key and then continued with the process. But she seemed a little kind of like startled by the fact that there were 2 keys and 2 people's names. But what I'm thinking happened is because I had I booked a guaranteed, well, that's a story we'll talk about maybe at some point. Because I didn't book a guaranteed. I actually selected a cabin initially, and then it switched to guaranteed. And then, yeah. Well, I guess that's the whole story. But anyway, yeah. So what I'm guessing is that someone probably had this room booked before and then canceled. And then I got assigned to the stateroom with the when they were assigning the guarantee rooms. And just for whatever reason, that person's key got made and put in the slot with mine and all that. So, that's what I'm assuming. I don't know for sure, but nobody seemed weirded out by it. My key card and everything works so far. Nothing's weird. My room door opened. I ordered a drink already. So, so far so good. But yeah, I'm on the ship. They accepted my telemed COVID test. And it almost seemed like they preferred that. He was like, I love how big they put the result on it and stuff. He doesn't have to search for it and whatever. So they're definitely used to that by now. Lots of people are going that route. It seems to be easier for most people. But if you don't know what that is, Google it, or search it on YouTube or whatever. There's videos doing the full process. But anyway, I've rambled on for a while now, so I don't know I'm going to look at the compass and see what we got going on for the evening. I'm sure there's all kinds of activities and such. But, yeah, you'll see as the day goes along, and so will I. We'll talk soon.
After that, I went back out into the main part of the ship where the promenade and the atrium are. On my last Meraviglia adventure, I didn't actually get any video of the Swarovski staircases that they have here. I'm like 99% sure I just said that wrong, but anyway. They're glass crystal staircases and they're very, very pretty. I went back up to the pool deck and grabbed a drink, and that gave me some liquid courage to be able to talk to some of the people in the bar around me, but then we got told to report to our room for the muster drill. I had attempted to record some clips of me walking through the hallways to get to my room, but because of the announcements and all of the alert tones and stuff, that footage ended up being pretty unusable.
Hi friends, so we're actually going to our rooms right now because we have to do the muster drill. And, my bag is here already. Dang, they're so quick. So we have to go to our rooms, obviously, and watch the video. And then from there, we have to go to our muster station. This is the room where you have to put your key in to turn the lights on, which is, whatever, it's fine. I'm in my room for now, just waiting. You hear that beep? So, hi friends. I don't know if the last couple of clips have made it into the video, but I wanted to record this one just in case. So look, what's happening right now is the muster drill. On Freedom of the Seas, we literally went to our muster station on our way on the ship. Like, before you could go anywhere else, you went to your muster station. MSC looks like it's the same as it was the last time I was here. And so, what that means is, we're having almost a traditional, not a full traditional muster drill. So we have to watch a video in our room, which has kind of been playing the last couple hours in my room. And then we have to go from there to our assembly station. And then once we get to our assembly station, they're going to check us in. And that's going to confirm that we've, done the procedure. I also think we need to call in from our room phone, and say, hey, I watched a video, or whatever. So that's where we're at. So I'm just kind of standing by, waiting for that to happen. It's not a big deal. It's different from the way the rest of the cruise lines are doing it in the American market. I think MSC is still doing it kind of the European way at this point, which is fine. It's not a big deal. The only thing is, they say, well, we want to socially distance, we want to, prevent the spread of COVID, but then our musters, at the end of this video / check-in process, we have to go to our muster station at the same time, all of us, and get scanned in. So, but yeah, so I will keep you posted on how all of that works. We'll talk soon.
Soon after that, I went out to my balcony because the ship started moving, and then I went back up to the pool deck for the sail away party. The sail away party was fun. It was very high energy, but it was also very short-lived because it led me right into dinner. After dinner, I made my way over to the pub, which is obviously one of my favorite places on any cruise ship, and I hung out in there for a little while until it was time for the Off the Record on the Rocks concert, which is a contracted band that MSC hired for this part of the season, since a lot of their theater and bigger entertainment options are on hold right now because of COVID, but it's all good because I really, really like this band. They performed almost every single night, and each show was a different genre or theme, which, surprisingly, they're also multi-talented enough that they pulled it off flawlessly.
Hi friends, so we just finished with the Off the Record on the Rocks concert, and I'm gonna go see what Silent Disco looks like. That's what I'm doing tonight. I don't know what that means, but we're gonna figure it out. We'll talk soon.
Looking back on it now, I'm not actually sure what happened with Silent Disco. I must have gotten distracted or pulled into something else. I do know I got some footage of a dome show, and then I ended up back in the pub to close out the night. I interacted with the bar staff there, and of course they were the best on the ship probably, as the people in the pub tend to be. I did end up meeting some people on the ship who I hung out kind of a lot throughout the week, but more about them later. I did film a good night vlog video that night, but after reviewing it and editing, I decided that I was just a little bit too inebriated to move forward with using it. I want to thank you all for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all those fun things. You all have a good night, and we'll talk soon.